The Year 8 REPD Instrument 3 is integrated with geography, but you will be assessed through a geography criteria and an REPD criteria. So I'm just going to go through what's required of the task, and then specifically what are we looking for in the REPD component. So you will be using research to create a plan of action for how Brisbane and the community can manage an increased intake of Syrian refugees. We're using the See, Judge, Act model. So the See, what is the issue, the statistics, all of that data that you've created, population data. The Judge, how are we taught to act? So we're looking at Catholic social teachings, scripture, and the papal encyclicals, and using those two together. What we're seeing the problem is how we are taught to act, put that into a call to action. So in that component, when you look at page 3 of the booklet, you'll see that the assignment is broken up into those 3 stages, which with each of the questions attached. So this just generally goes through what we should be looking for. What do we know about the issue? So this could be the Catholic social teachings being broken, the population data that's coming in, who are the refugees coming to us, how do they compare with the Brisbane population? Why is this happening? Australian attitudes towards refugees, the refugee experiences when they arrive, and then link that to your religious documents. So the CSTs, the scripture, encyclicals. Students who just have one, you aren't really going to be telling us how we should be acting. I would be looking at you having all of those to show the range. Then you put those together. This is what's currently being done, but this is what I will be doing. So this is the short-term goal of my project, the long-term goal. This is what every Brisbane person can do to help people through my project. So the geography is where we will be looking at your urban renewal or suburbanisation project, whereas the REPD is the call to action. So how are we called to act through your urban renewal strategy? What is it within the strategy that's going to help us to work towards making refugees not just survive in Brisbane, but go on to thrive? What we're looking for is your understanding of the Catholic social teachings and their purpose. And the main one is looking that social justice is our responsibility from baptism, and that social justice is about dignity and respect, not just providing charity. So the challenge here for you is how can your project help to show dignity and respect to all of its residents, not just provide a charity. So think deeper than just providing for these refugees. Think about how we can show them dignity and respect to go beyond just charity. When we look at the criteria, this is your A column, your B column. We've put in these little bits here, so that relates to the page 3 of the booklet. When we're marking this one, we want to see that you've looked at it at the Brisbane, the Australian, and the world level. So you should have information on each of those. You really need to contextualize why this is a global issue. Your justifications, so the Judge and Act section, links it together to the Catholic social teachings. There has to be a correlation in here. However you're telling us we should be acting, this should tell me how to act that out. You'll see the research booklet is brought in here. You need to be using the references. You need to use the in-text citation techniques we went through last semester in history. And you need to use a range. This diverse range means if you just use CSTs, you've used one source. If you're looking at papal statements, you could be looking at homilies, you could be looking at any of these different teachings. Put all of those together. Justified and proposed. Again, so everything needs to stem from these Catholic social teachings. This one here is all about the research booklet and all about your bibliography. You need to back up what you're saying. Don't just state it, prove it with your facts and your research. And again, this one, stand up and speak. You need to convince us and you need to sell us into your project. Don't just stand and read to us. Present it and be confident in it. So just to go through it again, you need to do thorough research of refugees in the church teachings. You've got the planning documents there. We're really looking for how your knowledge and understanding of refugees is changing through this unit, and we need to see your skill at using technology, so for your multimodal. All the best.